Welcome back, guys, to Football Dynasties. I am your host, Dell. We are in week 9 already. We're going to talk waiver wire, but before we talk waiver wire, let's get to the news. It has been a busy day in the NFL. Diggs out with an ACL. Diontae Johnson traded to Baltimore. Anthony Richardson gets benched. That's good for Pittman, good for Downs. Good for us that have those receivers. Anthony Richardson is not very good right now. The dude's got all the tools that he needs to be a great quarterback. But there's an old saying in the NFL, and that is you can't teach accuracy. I recommend you throw a bunch of trash cans out there and you tell that man to hit them. Put it in the bucket. Figure it out, do something, because getting drafted at number 4, that is going to be a all-time bust. I saw a stat the other day that I said, our boy Anthony Richardson completion percentage, 44%. That's either worse than Tebow's or tied with Tebow's. Well, that's worse than Jamarcus Russell. So that is the territory that we're going with. Now, I love me some Tim Tebow, though, man. That dude won a playoff game, took his team to the playoffs, so he didn't get a fair shot. Not going to get into Tim Tebow right now. One of these days, maybe. But Anthony Richardson benched. Joe Flacco, great news again for us. Like I said, Diggs, ACL, out for the year. Free agent, 30 years old. We'll see what ends up happening with him. Diontae Johnson going to Baltimore. That kind of bolsters the Ravens offense. They're definitely going all in this season. Derrick Henry may only be going at this for another 2 years, but we've been saying that for like the last 5 years that this man is done. So who knows? But Baltimore is putting themselves in a situation to where they can compete. So happy for them, good for them. Let's get to the waiver wire. We'll start with our redrafts. Cade Otton is still available. He's available in over 40% of leagues. Not sure how he's still available in that many, but if you need a tight end, go get this man. 2 touchdowns this last week. Although everybody's going to say National Tight End Day, so all the tight ends were schemed up and yada, yada, yada. No, calm down. It happens. Best tight end day of all time, most receptions, 177 total for tight ends. So, I mean, they were due, right? The way the season started, we were kind of over picking a tight end. So, Cade Otton still available. 2 guys. Now, Justin Herbert is available in 42% of leagues. This man, the last couple of weeks, what he has done, he's put up 350 yards in the air. I think it's time we start paying attention. If you're in need of a quarterback, go get yourself OJ Herb. It looks like he's going to be more reliable now going forward. If you want to give it another week, go ahead and give it another week, but by then it might be too late. All right, so Justin Herbert's another one of those guys in redraft. Jameis Winston. I think everybody thought I was probably going to open up the show with Jameis Winston. 350, 3 TDs, or well, no, not 350, sorry, 330 and 3 TDs. Deshaun Watson should never be allowed to play football again for the Cleveland Browns. There is a dead cap of $175 million for next year. So he may be on the roster. They may throw him out there again, because they're going to pay this man a lot of money. But at this point, if Jameis Winston can just walk in, get plugged in, and do what he did against Baltimore, and Deshaun can't even get over 20 points in a week, it's time to cut bait. We saw it with Flacco last year. The offense runs better without Deshaun. Jameis Winston, one of those guys you want to be looking for. Which brings me to weapons for Cleveland now. Yes, they have weapons now. We'll start off with Cedric Tillman, Elijah Moore. Now, Cedric Tillman had the big game. He had the 2 TDs, 99 yards. Elijah Moore not too far behind. Elijah did get more targets in this game, so you're going to kind of want to pay attention to that week to week. But if you can get one of these two guys and put them on there, hopefully you hit the correct button on that one. One more for redraft, guys. Bo Nix. I picked him up last week to stream. Obviously, the matchup was perfect. He was playing Carolina. But now it's, 3 straight weeks of this man putting up numbers, and I think it's time we start paying attention to him as well for fantasy in redraft leagues. Dynasty leagues, obviously, a lot of us have him. We drafted him more than likely inside the top 15. But for redraft, he may be someone you want to start paying attention to. Jaylen Warren is still available in 40% of leagues, guys. Not sure why. I know Najee's having himself good games the last few weeks, but hey, Jaylen Warren is right in there. Last year we saw his usage. His usage is going to continue to go up as he gets healthier, and they're saying that he is 100% healthy, so look for that. So let's get going now with the Dynasty waiver wire. I got 5 names, and the first name that came to mind was Parker Washington for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Gabe Davis is probably going to miss a couple of weeks, it's looking like. They lost Christian Kirk with the clavicle. So all they have is Brian Thomas and Evan Ingram. But Parker Washington, he's 24 years old, second-year wide receiver. He's going to be a name to keep looking at. So keep your eyes on him. We've got Cedric Tillman, again, young guy, 24. We talked about him a second ago in redraft. Jalen McMillan this week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He looks like he's going to be the slot guy. He didn't have an explosive week by any means, but it goes without saying that if he is going to be playing 75% of the slot, Baker loves throwing to the slot receiver. He's going to be another name to keep your eyes on. I'm going to screw this guy's name up, but I'm just going to call him Butte. New England, Kayshon Butte, Boot, Boutte. Yeah, I screwed that one up back. 80% of snaps this week, up from 70 from last week. He had himself a game. Oh man, come on, Dell, where'd your notes go, dude? Man, that's terrible. So unprofessional, buddy. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Kayshon Butte. He had himself a much better game. Again, his snap percentage is up. He is up to 185 and 2 TDs for the season. So keep your eyes on him for Dynasty. That's all I got for you guys. The waiver wire is going to start getting a little bit more difficult unless we have injuries going forward. So again, a couple of names to keep your eye on. I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, hit that follow button. Any feedback is welcome, please, in the comments. If it sucks, tell me. I will try to make it better. More information needed, whatever you guys want. Any questions you may have, we'll try to answer them. And I will see you guys for our recap show in a couple of days.